Oh, great. Another one of these? Oh, nope. Chapter 7. The Distant Flames. I mean, there's still a chance for it to happen. I just don't want it to. Wow. The Astor House. This is only a copy of Astor House, yes? But it looks so... Yeah, I can barely bring myself to accept it's not the real thing. Everything from the feel of the earth underfoot to the smells in the air are just like the real thing. Yeah. So this is where the two of you grew up, huh? I'm guessing this is somewhere owned by the Septian Church, right? That's right. It's what's called a gospel facility. Think of them as a cross between an orphanage and a monastery. I see. So that means you're... Well, no reason to dance around it, so yep, I'm an orphan. How I came to be here is a story best saved for another day. Feels weird being back here again, though. It's been almost about 5 years. 5 very long years ago. Well, anyway, we're bound to find some kind of clue as to how to get to the 7th plane somewhere in here. You guys up for having a look around the area with me? Yeah, let's go. Well, so we're in a completely new area. This isn't in any of the other games. What's this room? The dining hall? This is the living room, where we used to have all of our meals. Just don't make the mistake of thinking it was a warm place like Mercia Orphanage. The matron here was a stubborn old sister who was strict as could be. Every mealtime we had to pray so much that our stomachs had given up on getting fed by the end of it, and we got yelled at for the tiniest thing. Oh, really? You've deserved it all, in my opinion. You never did as you were told and caused her nothing but grief. Heh, okay, I'll admit that's probably accurate, but still. Still wisecracking to the end, huh? I mean, it's character flaw. The kitchen. As you can probably guess, this right here is the kitchen. This is where the older children of the facility did the cooking. It was also Reese's favorite place to sneak into whenever she had a hankering for some food. Kevin! Huh. There's a sight I can hardly imagine. Reese used to sneak in the kitchen when she was a kid? The mental image I'm getting is so darn cute, I think I'm gonna melt. Please don't take everything he says as at face value. Ha, well anyway, this was always Rufina's turf back when she was still here. She was always out here around mealtime making food for me, Reese, and the other kids. After she left, Reese and I took over her position. That brings back memories. Of course, then you left too, leaving me to handle it all alone. The mere thought aggravates me. In fact, I think you should whip up something right now to make up for your selfishness. Yes, ma'am. Make you something later. The only thing less reliable than a promise with later attached to the end is one said by you. I'm not going to get my hopes up. Ah, man, no faith in me, huh? Huh. You can definitely tell they grew up together. Alright, whose room? This was the matron's room. No one's here now, though. Yeah. By the way, Reese, how is the matron these days? She's fine. Her injuries weren't lasting. She hasn't had the energy she used to ever since retiring, unfortunately. She really wanted to see you again, Kevin. She did, huh? What, did you not go? Well, I guess not, but... Just some of the kids' rooms? This here is the kids' bedroom. I slept here back when I was first taken in before graduating to the boys' bedroom. You never really did mix well with the other children. Rufina had such a hard time trying to get you to make friends with them. It was a real ordeal for her, you know. Yeah, I know. I was like a little hedgehog who didn't want to let anyone get near back then. I feel sorry for everyone who had to put up with me. I'm still amazed you even bothered trying to be friendly. Well, I knew you were only playing tough. Like that time with Rufina and the chocolate? Stop! We're not hearing that story here. Now I'm real curious. The boys' room or the girls' room? This is the boys' bedroom, where I slept until I was about 10 years old. Technically, the boys and girls weren't supposed to enter one another's bedrooms. That never stopped Reese here from doing it all the time, though. What he neglects to mention is that it was his fault I did so. What else was I supposed to do when he slept in? Every morning he was on cleaning duty. Well, you could have just knocked on the door until I got up. But then I disturbed the other boys who were sleeping, which would have been unfair. They weren't the ones shirking their duties. It was 100% your fault. Fine, fine, whatever you say. Alright, the girls' room. Just like the boys' room. This here's the girls' bedroom. The place where Rufina spent her nights. Same for you eventually too, Reese. I even used to sleep with her from time to time. Her bed was always cozy and smelled really nice. It was much nicer than sleeping in my own. After she left here, her bed became mine. I bet you were jealous. Heh, you bet. I was at the time, I'll admit. Oh, I thought you'd be a bit more flustered than that. I shouldn't have bothered saying anything. Give me a break. Alright, we've already been in here. Already been in here. None there. Alright, what's in here? Oh, outside. Any chests? You hiding any chests for me? Doesn't look like it. There's not a lot of space here. Hello. We used to get our drinking water out of here. We had no fancy horrible pumps either. We did it all using a good old-fashioned bucket with a string attached. It was a nightmare. Tell me about it. We would go out on winter mornings and come back with our hands numbing red raw. But looking back on the whole experience now, it was fun in its own way. Heh, I guess it was. You have your definition of fun and I have mine. Figures. Is it locked? Yeah. Well, whatever. We can keep poking around. I've already poked around, though. How does this door open? This is a side entrance that only opens from the inside. We can't get in from the outside. Yeah, if we want to get into the chapel, we're going to have to go through the front. But the door is locked on the front. You won't let me through. Just bust the door down. Alright, what do I gotta examine next? I've already been in every room. Oh, maybe the matron's room? That's where I suspect she would have the key. Okay, I had to leave from here, huh? There was no sign of anything in there. Our last hope seems to be the chapel. So it seems. What is it, Kevin? Hey, Reese. You were the one responsible for cleaning the chapel that day, right? What day? On Astor House's final day, when Rufina died. Kevin? What? That was what I was told when I went to visit the matron afterward, at least. Well, were you? Yeah, I was. Why? I thought so. Check your pockets, Reese. Pretty sure the chapel key's in one of them. Huh? It can't be. Oh, what's that doing there? Honestly, I wasn't entirely sure you'd find it in there. But in all the other areas on this plane, there was always a reason to take the person we needed with us. This just goes to show that you really were meant to come here, Reese. But no, as disbelieving as I am, this is definitely the chapel's key. I suppose all we can do right now is try to go inside. Yeah. Before we go in, Reese, there's something I should warn you about. Once we step through that door, there will be no going back. You're going to find out the truth about what happened that day, all of it, and you won't like it. Are you sure you're ready for what you're about to find? Nope. Thank you for telling me. Alright. I'm more than ready. All these years, I've never quite been able to accept what happened here. The life I thought I knew just suddenly came to an end, with us all getting moved to other places, and I still don't even know why. I even tried to come back here just before beginning my training to become a squire, but had already been demolished. I've been ready for a long time. I want to know the truth. And more than anything, I feel like knowing will let me get closer to you and Rufina. Okay. Let's head on in then. Right. Oh, here it comes. Plot dump. That's what I'm expecting anyway. Sorry, just finagling with my controller and my earphones. Should the rest of us wait outside for this? No, actually I'd prefer if you came in with me. This is relevant to you guys too, in a sense. Vander and Annalise are probably not the best people for this then. Yep. Yeah, it's a chapel, alright. There's a church. It all started 5 years ago. A Jaeger course someone had hired took this place over out of nowhere. By the way, how much do you remember of that day, Reese? Just so I know. I just remember a group of men in black forcing their way through the gate and charging in here. They tied everyone up, took the matron up to the second floor, and then... Next thing you knew, you were in a bed in the hospital in town, right? After which you found out that Rufina and I had come to rescue everyone, and that she had died in the process. Think that about right? Mm-hmm. Just what happened, Kevin? All I've heard is that it was the work of someone who opposed the church. But I haven't had a chance to meet you since then, much less ask you about it. I tried asking instructor's cellmate, but she wouldn't say a word. That doesn't surprise me. The Grossritter commander can't admit this orphanage was being used as a smokescreen for an artifact that needed sealing away.
What?
Here we go. Oh, geez. A secret passage?
Wait. If there was an artifact here, you don't mean...
Yep. Below here is a primal ground used to seal artifacts away. Just like the one under Granzel Cathedral. Oh wow, it's the backwards version of the one we climbed in at the beginning of the game. I'm sure you remember. The day it all happened, Rafina and I were due to come back here for the first time in a while. We were both coming from different places we'd been sent, so we wanted to meet up in town and come the rest of the way here together. But then her train was delayed, leaving me in town to wait for her alone. That was when I got word of what happened. All I could think was that you and the other kids were in danger, so I decided to try and take out the Jaegers here alone. They weren't all that experienced, so fighting them wasn't even hard for a squire like me. Before long, I was able to disable them all and free the matron and the other kids. Or so I thought. You were nowhere to be seen. I asked the other kids where you were. They told me one of the Jaegers had taken you somewhere else and that you were unconscious. I looked frantically all over trying to find you before eventually stumbling across this place. As for how, you remember how you didn't have that your ribbon in your hair when you woke up, Reese?
I do. What does that have to do with anything?
I found that ribbon in front of the secret passage we just gone through. There were new footprints near it too. Made it easy to find the entrance.
Oh.
Anyway, after getting in here, I made my way down this staircase in pursuit of the Jaeger that had taken you. Oh, did Annalise and Mueller have to go through the same thing? Hey, Reese, do you remember what I was like back when you first met me?
Yeah. I was still young at the time, but it's as fresh as if it were only yesterday. You looked like you'd been swallowed by dark blackness, like there wasn't a single thread of hope bound to you. It was scary. I kept wondering what must have happened to you, what you must have seen to make you end up that way.
Huh, what must have happened to me, huh? Rafina seemed like she knew. Before I met you, I killed my mom. Maybe killed isn't the right expression. It's not like I directly did it. I still let her die, though. I've still got a responsibility for what happened. Oh, jeez. Growing up, it was basically me and my mom for the most part. My father showed his face from time to time, but not that much. From what I understand, he had another family elsewhere. But even without him, she did her best to look after me on her own. I loved her dearly. Kids in the neighborhood used to make fun of me for how I talked, which I got from her, but I just beat them up most of the time. She was always kind. She loved cooking, and yeah, I thought the world of her. When I was 7, my father, who had all the money in the world, chose to abandon her. At the best of times, she was always a frail person, and after that she grew more and more despondent. Her health suffered. I tried everything a kid could do to cheer her up, but nothing I did worked. And during one winter's day when she must have finally had enough. She came over while I was sleeping and tried to strangle me.
I'm so sorry, Kevin. I failed as your mother. But I'm so tired. I'm so tired. At least this way, the two of us can.
I guess she figured that if we were both going to suffer, we might as well take the easy way out as a family. But I wouldn't let her take me with her. Before I knew what I was doing, I pushed her aside and ran barefoot out into the snow. I wandered around for a while after that. I couldn't understand what had happened or what she'd been trying to do. Eventually, I could feel myself getting hungry. I thought that maybe she'd been able to clear her head. I made my way back home, nervous as could be, and... Oof. Sorry for making you listen to all this. Still, I think that's probably when it happened. When my stigma was carved into me.
What?
Maybe this wasn't the best team to bring for story reasons. Oh, man. So what was being kept here?
Where are we?
Who would have thought a place like this existed under an orphanage? This was where I finally caught up to the Jaeger who had you with him. He probably didn't think anyone was going to come after him. The second he saw me, he panicked, and putting his gun down, he ran over to the pedestal right in front of us. On it was the artifact that required sealing away I mentioned earlier, the Spear of Loa.
What's the Spear of Loa?
A malignant spear that transforms the body of its wielder into that of a monster. It's hard to believe something like that could be a gift from the goddess, right? In any case, the cornered Jaeger grabbed it and used it. I didn't stand a chance. Much as I tried, I wasn't any match for the inhuman monster before me. He knocked me to the ground and then went to raise the spear against the still unconscious you. That's all it took. That's when he manifested his own Spear of Loa. My stigma drew all the spear's power from it into itself, and blasted it, magnified countless times over into the Jaeger's body. The result wasn't even a battle. Our precious home became a slaughterhouse. By the end, he wasn't even recognizable, just thousands of lumps of flesh strewn all over the floor. After defeating him, my stigma's power was still coursing through my body. I'd never experienced anything like that before. I lost complete control of myself. At this point, Rufina arrived. She seemed to understand exactly what had happened. Using her bowgun and Templar's sword, she was able to separate me from you and prevent me from doing you any harm. And then... Oof. Kevin killed Rufina. Yikes, that's going to cause some tension. When I returned to my senses, I was in her arms, dumbfounded. Her body was full of holes all over, but she hugged me as tightly as she could. That's when she drew her last breath.
No.
There it is, the truth you wanted. It wasn't that I couldn't save Rufina. I was the one who killed her. With my own hands, right in front of you.
But you didn't.
I didn't want to. Maybe not, but that's just an excuse. If I'd been able to control my stigma's power instead of letting it consume me and fill me with bloodlust, it wouldn't have happened. If I wasn't so weak, she'd still be alive today. That's not all either. Looking at her standing before me at that moment, she reminded me of my mother. She reminded me of Mom when she came to strangle me. Suddenly, this feeling of betrayal welled up inside me, this desire for revenge, so I filled her full of spears. I loved them both. I wanted to protect them both. And what did I do? I killed them both. Me.
Why? Why did you?
Why did I what?
Why didn't you tell me this before? 5 years apart, and this is the first time you're telling me this.
Sorry, I know I should have done it earlier. But now I have, and I'm ready for the consequences. So go on. If you want to avenge her, do it. If anything, make me happy if you did.
You're so stupid.
What are you?
You think I want to avenge her? That's not why I'm angry at all. Why have you shouldered a burden that great all this time on your own? We're family, Kevin. Why didn't you ever talk to me? Why didn't you ever let me hug you? Why didn't you let me do anything to help you? Reese. I finally understand. I always thought you were hunting down heretics as some kind of atonement for letting Rufina die. But that's not it at all, is it?
Come on, Reese.
I finally understand. You don't want to atone for anything. You don't want to get rid of your sense of guilt at all. You... That's right. He wants to be punished for what he did.
I apologize, but we're going to have to take a small break here. Alright, I'm back. The Lord of Phantasma.
Where did you come from?
You have my congratulations on making it this far. Beyond here lies the seventh plane, the place of my birth, and the foundation of all planes hereafter. Thought so. And judging by how we have to go through here to get there, I was right, wasn't I?
Right about what?
Allow me to ask you once again. So, Kevin Graham, do you really want to see the face underneath this mask? Damn right I do. It's time to take that creepy mask thing and show us who you really are. Rufina Argent?
With pleasure.
What? Rufina? Seriously?
Rufina? I've missed you dearly, Reese. And as for you, Kevin, I'm impressed you were able to work out my real identity.
It wasn't hard. I had a feeling from the start. The answer was in front of my face the whole time, and your every taunt should have made me think that much more sure. The only reason I couldn't be until now was because I didn't want to accept the truth.
Quite. You always were a weakling. You can imagine how surprised I was when you were able to defeat my strongest knight.
You talking about the Blade Lord? What connection does he even have to you anyway?
I met him through my work. Oh, about 6 years ago. We were enemies at the time, but we managed to reach a compromise of sorts, and he felt he owed me a debt for as much.
Alright, so you ended up summoning him in order to have him repay it? It's a crafty move, but that's not so out of character for you.
Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. Still, now that you've made it this far, I assume you understand what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, and I'm ready. Take me away.
Wait! What are you two talking about? I would have thought you worked the answer to that out already, Reese. Do you recall what I said before? Kevin wants to be punished. Then you... I was born here in order to give him the punishment he deserves for with his every breath. It was to end that I recreated Phantasma into its current form and welcomed all of you here. All of this was a result of Kevin's desires. He wanted this to happen. You're lying!
Sorry, she isn't. I couldn't tell you why it actually happened, but what she says is true.
No.
The seventh plane is likely somewhere made for the express purpose of punishing me over and over. A fitting hell for someone who let his own mother die and killed Rufina to suffer and rot. And once I'm dropped down there, this'll all be over.
Wait a sec. Why should you have to do that?
You can't be serious. Reese?
What do you think you're doing, Reese? That's not a very nice thing to do to your sister. Shut up! You are not my sister. My sister would never do something like this. Never!
Reese.
You promised me, Kevin. You promised me you'd never do anything that would make Rufina sad. So what do you think you're doing? How can you believe sacrificing yourself for everyone would make her happy?
Reese, stop!
Who are you to say it wouldn't? I might not be the real Rufina, but I'm a very close copy to her. If Kevin wants to be punished, why wouldn't I want to give him his wish? Because that's not how Rufina was at all.
Sorry.
She never indulged something like that. Not in 1,000 years. Think back to when you first met us, Kevin. You'd given up on the world, like you just wanted to disappear. But she didn't let you do that. But did she let you do that? No. She forced chocolate down your throat and dragged you right back to the real world, even when you didn't want to, whether you liked it or not. Well, this is a surprise. You've grown a lot more than I was expecting if you're able to talk back to me. Stop talking as if you're my sister. You are not, and I won't stand for you defiling her any further. Well, if that's how you want to do things, perhaps I should invite you in Kevin's place. Me?
No!
The rest of you can stand by and watch. What the?
What? Reese, stop this, Rufina. She's got nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, but she has. Consider this another part of your punishment. After all, if she suffers for all eternity in your place, that's going to make your suffering all the more potent, isn't it? Please, go ahead and do your worst. Oh? Reese, draw me wherever you like. I'll live. I'm never going to let Kevin be alone again. I will come back to him. Fighting words, my sweet sister. We shall see whether you can make good on them. Kevin?
And down he goes. Oh, geez. We actually are going to hell. I like the little cutscene.
Hey. Hey, Reese. Wake up. Kevin?
You okay? Feeling any pain?
No, I'm okay, I think. But why are you... I fell through the crack alone. So why are you...
You big dummy.
Me?
What were you thinking with all that taunting? Go ahead and do your worst. Draw me wherever you like, I'll live. And just how do you know you'll live? Oh, right, you don't.
But...
You're a squire, aren't you? A rookie like you with no experience or proper judgment has no business making calls that put her own safety at risk. If you can't even can't promise to never do that again, then you and I both know you're not cut out to be part of the Grossritter. It's probably what I should be saying, anyway, but it'd be real rich coming from me, huh? So I'll let you off with that little bop there.
Huh?
Look around us. This is it, the 7th plane.
Wow.
I wouldn't say wow, I'd more say oh my god, or oh my adios. We're in Gehenna. So I wonder if all those enemies I used up this fall.
Gehenna.
Yep, it looks like the Testament's brought to life. And I'm the one responsible for bringing it all. After all, if there's one place that's possible, it's Phantasma. I don't know how Rufina came back, but she did, with both memories and personality intact. And now I have the good fortune of being punished by one of the very people I wronged. I really couldn't think of a more fitting punishment for a bastard like me. Everything she said was dead on. More than anything, I wanted to be punished. I figured that by accepting that punishment, all of this would be done, and everyone else could go back to their lives. I thought I could just be like her, sacrificing my own life so everyone else could be saved. But that wouldn't make me like her at all, would it?
No. She might have given up her life to save ours. But that wasn't because she was happy to throw away her life to protect someone else's. It was because she saw literally no other option. With me unconscious, she didn't even have the choice to retreat. There was no way out of the situation without one of the three of us losing our lives. That's the only reason she chose to do what she did.
Yeah. She was never the kind of person who would praise self-sacrifice as some kind of virtue. She'd only ever accept it as an option if all the other ones had been exhausted, and it was truly the only way.
Right, but this time that's not the case. You're here, I'm here, all of our friends are here. If we put our heads together, I'm sure we could have found another way out of here. One where no one would have to die. You must have realized that, and yet you tried to take the easy way out. Didn't you?
I hate to say it, but yeah, I did. That's a pretty shameful thing for a Dominion to be doing, huh? See? I've got no right to be criticizing you. I'm even less fit to be a knight than you. Still, standing around lamenting my own failings isn't going to get us anywhere. So if you're up for walking, let's get ourselves out of here.
come again?
What are you looking so surprised for? You don't think I was going to stay here and accept being punished for all eternity, did you?
Well, either that or stay here and wait for Rufina to show up again.
Listen here, Reese. I'm not going to deny that there's part of me, a big part, that wants to be punished for what I did. Or that there's a part of me that was overjoyed to see Rufina again, however it came to be. But I'm not alone down here. You're here with me, and believe me, that changes everything. As long as you're here, I'm not staying in this hellhole a second longer than I have to. We're getting out of here, you and me, no matter what it takes.
Right. Right.
So, welcome to hell. Oh, Gehenna. I can't believe it. We're actually here. So what is next up? Heaven? Wherever that might be. One second. Alright, so... it's just Rufina and I. Or not Rufina. My bad. Reese and I. Oh, we can rest here. That's good. So we're not completely boned. Speaking of bone, what is this music? A skeletal bug. Many poisons. I like Reese without her little headdress thing. Alright, let's see. We got some split paths, so that can mean something good, right? The Celestial Bomb. The chest is empty. Oh no. Generic chest messages. What are these? Alright, what are you guys weak to? Space. Mermen. Man. Alright. But we're going to do things my way. Here you go. The guy just flies over from somewhere else. He doesn't come out of a portal. I mean, they're already in Gehenna. So... we're not really doing anything there, are we? White Gehenna. The rim just turns white. There we go. They're dead.
Stay alert. This ain't over.
Huh. Never heard that from Kevin. Alright. Let's see. So we got a split here. What's over here? Chest. Weapon for Reese. No! Generic chest messages. Oh, the horror. Sweet. Okay, I guess we should put on some better equipment. Oh, Cassius is more defensive oriented. Lowe's is more offensive. I like that. Here, get the Blade Lord's emblem. Let's see. Let's try and get like 2. There. Man, that just looks weird. I mean, we're in Gehenna. Oh, Guardian. Great. Cosmic gear. Alright, Cosmic gear will raise our defense by 100. Highly effective. We'll raise my art defense too. Wow, by 20. Sure. AP charge. Okay, let's get ready for the big guy there. I assume we had to fight them. Is one of them new? Female beast. Spear of Loa.
May 1,000 thorns adorn your flesh with despair. May you be as dark, ignorance and wrong.
This is how I killed Rufina. Oh boy. That did a lot. Attack! Unleash wrath! Here it comes. And it missed. Okay.
O pitiful souls, may you rest in peace.
Infinity Sparrows. Alright. You know, I honestly thought that was going to be a boss. I mean, I guess with only 2 people, kind of wouldn't be fair. Yep, cannot warp. Oh. I guess there's our boss fight. Is that an arrow? Kevin Graham, you son of a bitch. How dare you? What? Why are the heretics I killed, huh? Damn right I am. I'm Owen, the first of so many lives you claimed.
Owen?
He was a bishop in the Congregation for Divine Worship. He was also the one who hired those Jaegers to attack Astor House, all as a pathetic act of revenge after being exiled for corruption.
Him?
Like he says, he was my first target after taking up my role as heretic hunter. Heh. I never thought I'd have the chance to see your ugly mug again. How's it feel to crawl around in this flaming pit for all eternity, unable to even die to break free from it all? It's hot. It hurts. I hate it. I hate it. It's hot. I hate it. I hate it. I hurt. Hate. Help me. Hot. Pain. Help. What a pitiful sight you are now. Well, hey, I guess you've suffered enough that I can put you out of your misery. No more heat or suffering for you. Just a quick death and eternal rest as a grimoire. He doesn't look too ready to die, though. Yes, that's where we come in. He's got 32,000 health. Explodes when beaten. Alright then, Earth Wall. Ew. Oh great, I'm poisoned. Here you go, Abyss Fall. So, I gotta wonder what people reacted like when they first saw that thing. Mortal punishment.
Let's end this.
Ow. Okay, I don't think Rufina's getting that. Oh, he divided. Okay, Rufina's definitely not getting that. Alright, Secret Breath. Alright, not too bad. Alright, so Infinity Sparrow. So when he divides... Ha! I have no CP, fool. Oh, but I did get rid of my guard. Great. Yeah, no, he reduced his own life. Well, pathetic. Time for you to die. Now he's down to like 5. Oh, but that's gonna hurt when he blows up. Unless the divided ones do less damage, which I doubt. Look at that damage. Alright, the best plan would probably be to move out of the way. Super fluid. Alright, time to die. Here you go, Kevin. Let's see. Food. Make sure we survive this. Alright, time for them all to die. Alright, how bad? Not bad. I probably overreacted a bit.
Keep it up.
Whew. You did it.
Kevin.
Alright, let's keep this up. I doubt we're near the exit just yet. We can't dawdle here for too long. Oof. Don't like the look of that. Oh great, more mudmen. So far, no chest. Is this broken or something? Oh, I see what they're doing here. Move. The Vajra. What does the Vajra do again? Prevents seal and mute. Pretty good defensive buffs too. I gotta worry about a seal and mute boss. I'm covered. For now. Hello. You're a big guy. Agnagast. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Shadow Sphere? Or like dark matter. Alright, I'm all ready for another use of Grail Sphere. Should I decide to use it.
Goddess, my thanks to thee.
Okay, so this way's a dead end, so I want to see what's there. Beastly Stew. It's become a habit at this point. And it does nothing. Oh, treasure chest messages. How I miss thee so. Keep a healthy save count. Alright, what do we have here? Straightforward. I like it. What I don't like is how low Rufina's health is. I'll make a couple of these. I can't make any more tasty medicine. Oh yeah, let's eat something to go. There we go. Alright, who's waiting for me here? No one? I'm a little surprised. Wobbly Rainbow. Huh. Was kind of expecting something there. Hello again. We're getting all the recipes here. All the best recipes are in hell. Almost missed that. Shine Sphere. This is Shine Sphere. Prevents sleep, blind, and freeze. You know, that would be more helpful for Rufina. I'm so sorry, Reese. I don't know why her name is just popping up every time I see you. Alright, let's give her that. Because blind on Reese would be bad. Alright. I think I can leave this area. Do I have to fight? No, I don't. Do I want to? Not really.